All right, what is up, everyone? Thank you for joining me today. I just kind of wanted to let that song end. It's so good, so good. Unbroken by Gustavo, so good. Yeah, so welcome. Thank you, Casemiro. Thank you for becoming a strategist. Today's stream is going to be a little bit different from my normal ones. As you may have already noticed, today we're going to be taking a deep dive into this chapter, the birthday gift chapter of The Last of Us Part 2. And the song is called Unbroken. You may have noticed that it's the first thing you hear right when the game starts. Yeah, it's the first chapter. It's really, really good. Yeah, thank you, Casemiro. I appreciate that. Thank you all for being here. Thank you, AP, Squidly, Sean, Nicholas, Swaglord, Squidly. Thanks for making it, Squidly. Mars Gaming, thank you guys so much. So what we're going to do is we're going to take a deep dive through this chapter. We're going to walk through the whole thing. I'm going to describe things that have been mentioned before. The person who designed this level. His name's Evan Hill, and he did a video with Game Maker's Toolkit, which was very, very informative. The link is in the description below. It's about an 18-minute video, and that's definitely worth checking out. And so I'll definitely mention things that they mentioned in that video. But I'm also just going to point out some of my own observations and things like narrative-wise that kind of popped out to me. Really, really good details. This chapter here is... once again, I should say this right off the bat. If you haven't played this game, then you probably don't want to watch this right now. But this live stream will be good as a video to watch after you've finished it. I'm assuming at this point most people here have already played and finished it, because there's massive spoilers for just about everything in the game is going to be coming forward. But this chapter is like a huge bright spot in the game. Like both, not just like the environment and the lighting, but emotionally it's one of the big bright spots in the game, and it was definitely needed because it's a very heavy game. It's a very dark game. So let's go ahead and get into it. Let's get to our gameplay. And I just love this T-Rex here. They did a great job on this level. And there's a couple things that I wanted to mention about this level. Let's see if we can get into here. A couple notes I made. The level design is by Evan Hill. He's no longer with Naughty Dog, but he did a wonderful job on this level. It took him 2 solid years to make this level. 2 solid years. Which is just a huge commitment. So thank you, Evan. Thank you, everyone who has been like working on this game and supporting this game for years at this point. It's amazing now that we're now so many months out from having it been released, and for me it's still a very special game. All right, so there was 2 things that Evan, 2 kind of like paragraphs briefing that he received from Neil. It was that in this level he needed to show that Joel taught Ellie how to swim, and that they had to have a confrontation regarding the fireflies. That was it. That was all he was given to start with. So yeah, let's go ahead and get into it. I think it's really particularly interesting that he's given so much autonomy on the level design, and props to Naughty Dog for that, for really allowing their designers to do what they do best, right? I think it's a great idea. What's up, Darius? I'm not at this point. I mean, who knows? That's 2020, right? What is up, Happy? What's up, Faded? Thank you guys for being here. Yeah, thank you. This level will load. It's a big level. We're gonna talk about level design today. We're gonna talk about a level design technique called weenies. Does anyone know what those are? What level design weenies are? I know it sounds weird. Oh my gosh! Thank you, Fire Girl. Thank you for the 10.99, the euros, 11 euros. Thank you. You are so kind. You do that almost every stream, and I really appreciate that. Thank you. You are one of the best. That's right. Birthday. It's a birthday cake. It's the birthday gift. That is right. Oh, what's up, Korokami? What's up, Alex? Thank you, guys. He really did, Kurokami. I agree. This is one of the flashback chapters.
Starting to sound like something.
Oh, I suck.
Just need to build up your calluses, that's all.
Man.
Good old Joel.
All right, come on.
Is this it?
Yeah.
Oh, shit. I'm gonna start guessing.
You want to spoil your surprise now?
I don't know. Is it a dinosaur?
I like how that she guesses it
Stop trying to...
the very first time, right? The very first time she guesses it.
Is it an elephant?
What's up, Caillou? What's up, Deventi?
Is it a convertible?
You're gonna guess?
Is it a puppy? Is it a lot of kittens?
You mean a litter?
What's a litter?
A bunch of kittens.
You'll notice that
What's a bunch of kittens?
their banter
I don't know what.
is
Called a litter.
they kind of like go over all these little kind of small short things.
Okay. Hot air balloon.
More walking.
But it's really interesting. Increase the gameplay volume. Sorry, is it a little low? I can certainly try. My Elgato has been acting really weird lately. I will certainly try. Or I can lower my own volume. Let's see. I'll try that. I'll see if that works. Or let's see. Let's see if we can go into. I think I might already have the audio maxed. It is. It is maxed. Okay. Fair enough. Well, I do have the subtitles on, so you can check that out. What's up, Urban? What's up, Sid? Thank you guys for stopping in. The lighting, so the lighting on this level is unreal. So good. They did a really good job with the textures of the trees and the water. And it's just a really calming kind of start to this this level. And if we're going to try to do every little interaction, because there's some things that are unveiled that Evan said that, you know, like there's a lot of people will miss things on this level because you kind of have to do every little thing in order for it to really to really like get every little detail. So guess how long it took them to get here? Does anyone know how long it took them to get here from Jackson to this area? I thought it was a day trip. It is definitely not a day trip. Let me know in the chat.
Mind your step.
I got it.
Oops.
Ah!
This part is so good. Yes, Fontaday. Yes. That is what weenies are.
What is wrong with you?
You should see your face right now.
What if I drown?
You're not gonna drown. Gotta work on that confidence, kiddo.
Yeah, keep laughing, old man. See what happens.
This way.
I like this sassy interaction. You're the worst. It's the way I like to. You're the worst. It's so good. And then look at this. Hold left to swim faster.
Better? Remember now, don't just flail about. You
Push
gotta.
the water with your whole arm. Blah, blah, blah.
So right there, just minutes into the chapter, first note checked. Bing. Show that Joel taught Ellie how to swim. That's done. Very nice, right? A week, 2 weeks. It took him 3 days. And Evan actually, in the interview, he said that he had really fought to get this button put in. At first, they just jumped in and stuff.
I see it.
But he really wanted the player, the user, to be able to get back at Joel, which is so good.
How's that feel?
Refreshing.
Yeah, it's not nice getting pushed in, is it?
Well, actually, we need to swim through
Oh
this
yeah,
part anyway.
I'm definitely gonna push him in the
I
water.
got you back. You're angry.
What's up,
and
Mel?
upset.
I'm very angry and upset. Now, come on.
Ugh.
Very angry and upset. I do like that Ellie does a cannonball. So good.
Take a deep breath.
Yeah, I got this.
Take a deep breath. I like how the camera, look at the camera. When you splash up, just another little detail. When you splash up, the water gets on the camera. Did any of you just like go underwater and look at the lighting? I think a lot of us just take it for granted. Look at the air bubbles, right? Look at the water on the camera. It's like little details like that that make the difference for me. I think that's just unreal.
Is it my 6th grade history teacher wanting to apologize for being a massive dick?
What's up, Mad Matt?
My friend and I would argue whenever he called the Fireflies terrorists. We got a lot of detention.
You know, you really need to stop letting people rile you up.
It's hard when they're dicks.
I like that.
Point still stands.
So they haven't had the confrontation yet, but look at that foreshadowing. She brought up the fireflies in regard to her 6th grade teacher. So to get back to what we mentioned earlier, the weenies. The weenies was originally brought up and developed by Walt Disney like eons ago, long time ago, and it's based off of a hot dog. He said that if he had a hot dog and he like waved it in front of his dog, he could get his dog to go anywhere he wanted, to do anything he wanted, right? So that is, and he used this in like Disneyland. If you go to like Disneyland or Disney World, you'll see that they have like the Magic Kingdom, like the big castle in the middle, like your eye will be drawn to that. And then there's different landmarks that your eyes can be drawn to in like Space Mountain in like Tomorrowland. And then you have like the Matterhorn in whatever they call it, like Fantasyland or whatever. You have all these different like kind of like landmarks that you can go to, that you can see that your eye is drawn towards. And in level design, they'd use the same thing. I want to see if you guys will know the first one that we notice in this level. There are many, though. There are definitely many. There's little details over here that I noticed the other day, that it's like the moss in this little alcove here, in the textures of the trees. So much time, right? As far as like photorealism goes on a PS4, a standard PS4, it's really good. It's really, really good. Oh yeah, Vaughn, today I know that spot. I know she has to know. I like that Joel acts like the way he did. I mean, the other thing about this chapter does is it provides really, really good comic relief, right? Really, really good comic relief. That there was moments in the first game you had stuff like that, but not as so much in the second one. I feel like there wasn't as much. I mean, like for me, like Bill was a really, really good sign of comic relief in the first one, right?
Listen to me, you little shit.
Like that. Bill. Good old Bill. Naughty Dog uses Weenie all the time. Yeah, they do. They do. Yep. PlayStation is correct. The dinosaur. All right, here we go. They did really, really good job on this one.
Is it a new pair of sneakers?
How many of those do you have?
Not enough. Give me a clue. Clue. Hey, stop it.
Is it any coincidence Joel is his most relaxed out in nature? Probably not. Look at the light, though. Look at the light through the trees. You guys see that? Oh, holy Joel. I know, right? Absolutely unexpected. The Jurassic Park. I wish Joel was better at humming and did it a little longer, right? I felt even this hand grab, which is kind of like they have it in the first one, right? How many times in the first game do we do that? Do we do that whole like kind of like
I'm done guessing.
grab their hand and like pull up?
But, like, is it a massive comic book collection? No, wait. A new DVD collection?
Yes.
Which one?
Just yes.
How about Laserdiscs? I heard that's a thing.
I like the way she says that. How about laser discs? I heard that's a thing. Darius, that was when I played through this the other day. That was something that I totally noticed too. He's like, well, they care about like boys, movies, like clothes, and now she's talking about choose, right? And I think part of that is coming of age. And this game is kind of a coming of age game, right? So we have a weenie here, right? See that light? It's like, what's this light that we're drawn to over here? What is this?
Holy shit, Joel.
We're here.
Oh my god, it is a dinosaur!
It's a dinosaur!
Joel!
Surprise.
Joel walks over here.
It's a motherfucking dinosaur!
The tail is a lighter color. Which kind of like draws us to this, right? It's like, man,
What are you doing?
gotta climb this dinosaur.
Ellie, be careful.
I'm climbing a dinosaur!
Yeah, I can see that. Just don't die falling off.
Hey! I'm on a motherfucking dinosaur!
Whoa, what are you doing? Don't jump. Just climb down.
All right, guys, what are we doing? Are we climbing down or are we jumping? Let me know in the chat. Oh, thanks, Matt. I know. I have a terrible voice. Assassin's Creed jump. I like that they let you kind of like look around here a bit. Look at the dinosaur head. T-Rex. The music here, this is one of those sections that has music that's very subtle, that isn't on the soundtrack, but is so good. Do a flip. Joel. Hey!
Oh, did you see that?
Yeah, I saw that.
Oh, wasn't it awesome?
It's awesome that you didn't break anything.
That was awesome. That was awesome. I like that Ellie says stuff that, like,
Roman Museum
I think a lot of us would think.
History. How did you find this place?
Maria, she told me about it. Figured it'd be right up your alley.
Figured right.
Figured right. Good old Maria. Stay there. I don't think you can climb down Vaughn today. Holy crap! Scratchy. $50. Dude, you didn't have to do that. You didn't have to do that. Oh my gosh, man. Oh my gosh, thank you. Thank you, thank you. Yes, T. Perusia, it will be posted later. This will be up. This will definitely be up. Oh my gosh, thank you, Scratchy. That was incredibly generous, incredibly kind. Thank you. You did not need to do that. I am very, very appreciative of that, though. Thank you. You are a good man. I appreciate that. Thank you for your support. Gosh, I don't know what to say. Oh, I know. Can we get yeah? Let's get some fire. Let's get some fire in the chat.
Oh, it'll work. It'll definitely work.
Thank you, T. Peruse. Thank you, thank you. Oh, man. Scratchy, you're the man. You're the man. So here we go. We're going to go into the museum. Yes, Joel's facepalm was excellent.
What's this?
It's a book.
It's a dinosaur book.
Okay.
All right.
There you go. Thank you, Scratchy. Dinosaur book. I guess she calls it a dinosaur book. First time I ever played this, the first thing I did was went over here and got this hat.
You want to try it on?
I do not.
Your loss.
Your loss. Sid says climb the dinosaur with the hat on. We're doing it. This will take 1 second, but we're definitely doing it. Joel's like, what are you doing? Not again. One more time. You guys ever have a place that you like to jump when you were a kid? Like into water? From a decently high height? And it's like, you just couldn't wait to do it again. This reminds me of that. It's so scary the first time, right? And then it seems like every subsequent time gets a little bit more. She took it off! She took the hat off! She's like, no hat. I didn't think she'd take it off. Don't want to get the hat messed up. What's up, Fly? How's it going? Actually, I'm going to restart checkpoint because I want that hat really bad. I really do. There you go. Hat back on. Bing! Yes, we want that. The hat's crucial for later elements.
Look at those talons.
That is a velociraptor.
Actually, it's a Deinonychus.
Pretty sure these are velociraptors. Yeah. At least that's what they called them in this movie I saw.
Oh, he's like, Oh, Sid, we can still get the black hat. I'll show you. She left the hat.
Oh, hello. Sorry, the dinosaurs are busy right now.
What are you doing?
Oh, wait. One of the dinosaurs is here. Joel, it's for you.
Very funny.
That was pretty funny. Did you get it? It's because
Because
you're old.
you're old. That's such a good joke. I kind of wonder, like, how would Ellie know, like, phone etiquette, though? I'm guessing just from movies, maybe. She watched a lot of movies. She would know the phone etiquette. But other than that, like, she's never seen a phone in her life, right? Like, an actual one. Oh, thanks, Fly. Yeah, enjoy, man. Have a good one. In the aquarium, or if you want to call it fish zoo or whatever it is, they have the same kind of thing, and it's a lot of the developers' names. This one's got Rustin Coffee on there, though. Hey, what's up, Accelerated Man? I agree. I agree. They wanted to make each little section kind of its own little pocket, its own little thing.
Big name for little guys.
They swarm you.
And they kind of talked about it as like pages of a book that you could
Did you see that in the movie, too?
like
Actually, yeah.
unfurl as many as you wanted or as few as you wanted.
The sequel wasn't as good.
Wasn't as good. Thank you once again, Scratchy, for the $50. Man, very, very kind of you. I appreciate that. It's a fish zoo. And right here, we walk around the corner. And if you read this thing here, it says, make sure you don't forget to look up with the pterodactyl circling. But what do you think the name of this Triceratops is? Like, it's like Weenie. I wonder if they did that for like the level design technique, right? Good morning, Walter. Thanks for stopping in, man. Thank you for being here.
Joel, look.
That is a hat on a dinosaur.
It's called a hatasaur.
It's called a hatasaur. Think.
Is this gonna be a thing? Please don't let it be a thing.
Putting hats on dinosaurs.
Hey, Joel.
Ellie.
I did. I jumped from the T-Rex twice, Sean. I did.
My birthday, my rules.
My birthday, my rules. It is. Mr. Tennis, thanks for being here, Mr. Tennis. I agree. It's like the music is very subtle. It's in the background, but it's enough
Was the size of a walnut.
that it really evokes to me this nostalgia feeling, right? It's got like equal parts like pleasant memories and then also sadness. I feel like it has both in it.
The Dimetrodon was an apex predator.
It's an apex predator.
The most
Yeah, that's a good observation. That's a good observation, Sid.
Pretty short for that.
Wait, were you talking about me?
Talking about me. Ellie just kind of has like a smirk on her face throughout this whole level, which I like too, at least at first. We're going to go get the superior black hat. Now, we both got hats.
Here we go.
Nice.
That's right, Joel. Let's go back in here. We still have a couple more dinosaurs we can put hats on.
Gallimimus's name means chicken mimic. Who names these?
Scientists.
Well, they're dumb.
Oh, wow, Sid. I didn't know that.
Whatever floats your boat.
I did notice the card. Yeah, we're going to be very close to it. Man. Thanks for sharing that, Sid. It's super unfortunate. Yeah. There's a bunch of cards. Wink. Nighthawk.
Oh, cool.
What you got there?
These superhero cards. Seems like they were popular.
I think Sarah was into those for a while. What was the little creature thing? I forget.
Oh, the little creature things. Talk about Pokemon. Right? The little creature things. Yep. He's talking about Pokemon cards. That's exactly it. What's up, Joseph? Yeah, it's such a cool flashback, right? I think. The cards were neat. And actually Sid and Vontaday and Casual and so many people here may know of the for the Last of Us Day, formerly Outbreak Day, we did a postcard. What's up, Ryder? Yeah, I agree. The flashbacks are awesome. We did a kind of like a postcard from different areas of both the game and where we were from in real life. And we all released those on the Last of Us Day. And I thought that it was actually Darius had mentioned that to me, said that he thought it'd be really cool if maybe in lieu of the cards, they did postcards instead of the trading cards, like postcards that you found throughout Seattle. I think that'd be really cool because Seattle is kind of can be like a touristy town. There's a lot of attractions you can go to. Joel's like, oh man, let's go. He's like, all right, kiddo. ¿Cómo está, Daniel? Yo entiendo español, but pero mi vocabulario es muy sencillo. All right, here we go. Winnie. It's like Winnie. Is this the Winnie?
You would not want to be on the business end of that one.
Nope. I love the lighting through here, though. The lighting's so good. And once again, saying like, hey, don't you want to go up there? It's like, yes, I kind of do. There's a really good part coming up here.
Pounds of plants each day. Ooh, imagine the poops.
There was one scene where actually one of the guys said, "That's a big mound of shit."
What is this movie, and when can we see it?
Yes, they're all in it.
Back to Jackson, movie night.
Beautiful. Just a beautiful, beautiful level. For a multitude of reasons.
Velociraptor.
Tiny velociraptor, right?
Joel,
What's up?
this is the one you were talking about.
Mehmet TLOU?
Velociraptor.
Hello.
Well, don't trust the movies, I guess.
Don't trust the movies. This is one of my favorite parts of this level right here.
Look how thick this one's skull is.
Kinda looks like Tommy.
I'm telling him you said that.
Please don't. Catch it in the right light. Oh, Tommy.
It's a valid point.
That's a bad point. Oh, Tommy. I love Tommy. I do.
Oh, this one looks like a bird.
Well, actually, paleontologists believe that birds were descended from dinosaurs.
Well, excuse me, Mr. Professor.
I happen to know a thing or two.
From a movie.
Keep going.
Keep going, kiddo. But first, before we go up there, I want to put my hat on this guy here. It's tomorrow, Matt. Yeah, 3:30 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Jill's like, I think if we go and put it on this one and you go back, you can do a second one.
I mean, come on.
Oh yeah, this was definitely worth the 3-day ride to get here.
There you go. 3-day ride to get here, right? So keep that in mind. That kind of, for me, is important to note later on in this this chapter. It took him 3 days to get here. So you can do it again. I think she says something different this time.
Dropped on your head as a kid or something?
Probably.
Probably. Oh yeah, we're gonna get there, Toon Squad. We're gonna get there. Joel wants to make sure that he's first. He just kind of pushes you out of the way when you go up this.
Did you go to museums a lot?
Yeah. Yeah, Sarah loved them.
Hello, Foxboy. How's it going?
Dragged me to every damn museum in Texas.
Notice how easily he talks about Sarah here, right? Do you notice that? Do you notice how like easily, right? That shows that he was like making a lot of progress. He's got no chill. Once again, beautiful lighting.
Looks like a giraffe.
Yeah, it does, doesn't it? I see the appeal.
Told you.
It is pretty far. Yeah, Tofonardi. I'm so glad that you did that. So cool. Yeah. Joel has definitely started making his way. I love that they have this bit about extinction here, right? About how the dinosaurs theory about how the dinosaurs went extinct. I'll give you guys a moment if you want to read it. But it's also just so fitting, right? Now that like potentially the humans are facing extinction in this pandemic. Oh, thank you, Fire. Yeah, the dinosaurs that moon faded. Oh, thank you once again, Fire. Thank you so much. You are a tremendous supporter. Yeah, let's just appreciate the texture and the lighting. So Evan Hill designed this, but there was a team of people, obviously, that helped put this level together. Thank you once again, Fire. Thank you so much. Yes, Luis. Tommy is awesome, but he does become consumed by vengeance. He does.
Did you know this was here?
Joel.
Oh, shut up.
Shut up. A walk through the stars. Out of the way, Joel. This is one of my favorite lines
Hey, Joel,
in the game.
Can you name all the planets?
My very educated mother just served us nice pizzas.
Did you just have a stroke?
Very mother Mars.
Oh, okay. I get it. That's pretty cool.
I love how she said she's have a stroke. Like I don't know if she I mean I guess she'd know what a stroke is, but what score would you give the game? I don't think a score, I've said this like many times, I don't think a score really does it justice, but if you wanted to, like the same way, like what would you give, what would you give the statue David or the Mona Lisa? Like what score would you give it, I guess you could give it a 10 out of 10. I'd probably give this game like 9 out of 10. I probably would.
Hey, Joel. Guess
Maybe 9.5 out of 10, to be honest.
I have to guess that was a monkey.
No, it was fruit flies. Yeah, in 1947. It was to see radiation exposure at high altitudes. They lived through it.
Dadgum, girl, you are smart.
What's up, Hubert? Thanks for being here.
Did they become superfly?
What?
What? No. Joke went right over Ellie's head. I hear you, Hubert. Yeah, I think it really could. I think of this game as Empire Strikes Back. Like, would you want Star Wars to end at Empire Strikes Back? Would you want Lord of the Rings to end at the Two Towers? That's how I kind of think about it. Too small. Good point. It is a little overrated, Darius, Mona Lisa. It is.
Astronauts say the moon smells like gunpowder.
That is a fun fact. Well, wait, how would they...
Oh, well, they would take the moon samples back inside and smell them later, I guess.
Like how that one's all knocked down, the Titan.
Okay.
The Titan has tumbled.
You tell me.
Quiz me.
Crystal did an amazing job.
I don't know.
Thanks for that fact, Sid. You have lots of nice little factoids about the game as well. I love that. That's so helpful.
Gagarin? Gagarin? I don't know how you say it. I've only read it, so. Anyway, he flew to space on April 12th, 1961.
Color me impressed.
I like that she said that.
How many books have you read about this?
Come on, Joel. Isn't that incredible?
Why don't you tell me what you like about it?
I don't know. People in your time, they had it easy.
I guess relatively speaking, sure.
I mean, they didn't need to go to space, but they did it anyway. It's ballsy.
Ballsy. I get it. Now I get it.
So something that was not mentioned in this is part of the reason maybe that Ellie wants to go to spaces to get away from everything, right? That is kind of like the dark side of that whole bit. Just like this level, there's a light side to this level and a dark side to this level. Absolutely. I don't think you're going to have to wait 7 more years, Matt.
Did you know that the heat shields of space shuttles are made of sand?
I did not. Thought it was some kind of.
I agree, Alan. Alan Rich, the audio is amazing. The visuals are so good. I mean, I think the fact that, you know, it's released so close to next gen that people just kind of maybe assume it a bit, but it's super remarkable what they're able to do with this. Technically, this game is amazing. Like, it's a technical masterpiece. Drink therapy.
I guess that's a less fun fact.
We have 2 weenies here. We have that one, and we have that one, right? Guys want to check out the journal entry? One day. I like that. I feel like going to the beach whenever, going to space whenever beach gets picked in factions. You would.
Fuck yeah.
Where's the steering wheel?
Joel.
Where's from steering wheels?
Dinosaur Joel.
Use joysticks.
Hang on.
That dust is really good, Sid.
Considering they left the real ones on the moon, I'd say no.
Take that. Take that, Joel. All the skylights have this kind of shape to them. But for me, since we're in like the space thing, it does remind me very much of Star Wars. Kind of like a TIE fighter cockpit, as well as a, I don't know, Imperial kind of like window. Did anyone else notice that? John, yeah, the Elgato's acting, my Elgato is very buggy, I feel like. And it seems like the audio does go really low. I have it turned like full right now. So I really don't know. Yeah, I'm just gonna keep going. I'll try to fix it off stream, figure out what the deal with it is. But look at the sheen. You guys notice that? I love how that looks. Little details like that are just amazing, and they did that in spades on this one. They really did. Lovely moon.
You know how many times we've been to the moon?
What's up, Pac-Man?
Twice.
6 times.
Are you sure?
It's true, Mr. Tennis.
I'm gonna make it 7.
Gonna make it 7. I like her optimism in this. Ashley Johnson did do a really, really good job, like, as teen Ellie. Yeah, Alan, and speaking of detail, we're going to have some really good details up here in a second. Which helmet do you guys want? We have Mercury, we have Gemini, and we have... This one says Space Artifacts, which is... I don't even know what that one is. Launch entry doesn't even say. Which one do you want? The Gemini helmet is the best one. Let me know which one do you guys want. I think people probably did stay up there and starve to death during the outbreak, Darius. I know, right? 'Cause they did put the space station was right over there. You can see it, right? Or maybe that's a mirror satellite. I don't know. What do you guys want? Mercury, Gemini, or other? Go ahead and put it in the chat. Which one do you guys want? Which of the 3? You have 3 options. Which helmet you want? Gemini. You got 2 Geminis so far. Gemini, Mercury, other. Second helmet, Gemini. That's 3 Geminis so far. Hi, Fad Ali. Helmet, Netherlands. You know what is funny is that's usually the one I ended up with. I like the color of it. So we'll do this one first. We'll end with the Gemini. Other. Darius says other. The coolest decals. I do like the decals on the back.
Like space. And dust.
And dust. That's like a little big on her head. Do this 1 second. I mean, just think of all the programming that has to go into like swap these things, right? Beautiful. That like reflection. Look at the reflection. You can see the capsule kind of reflected in the background. So good. So good. Gemini it is. Uranus. Oh my gosh, Matt. You're such a child. I love it. There we go. Let's take one walk around. Speaking of details, I want you guys to notice when we enter the capsule, look at the door. Look at the door and look at the paneling, right? Make sure you check out both of those. Oh, I forgot to go over there. This is in the center of the screen is this little like wax maker. It's like makes like a wax model. I meant to stop there, but that's fine. All right. Check out the details of the capsule. Look at that door. Look at like the hinges, the gears. It's like, man, someone put so much time and work into this. So much time and work and effort. I noticed it in my very first playthrough. In the panels. Oh.
What the heck?
Okay.
You can't, Darius. You can't get past the little like gate thing that you go through in the space section.
Man. Could you imagine just...
Happy birthday, kiddo.
This part's so touching. Oh my gosh.
This is a thing that took a
Hi,
long
Joseph.
time to find.
Thanks for being here. Peak Joel Ellie relationship right here. They did, Mr. Tennis. They absolutely pushed it. They knocked it out of this world. What's up, Art? How's it going?
Close your eye. It'll be worth it.
Okay.
Darius. I don't even have to tell you guys, but this was so well done. The reflection on the helmet. Like all the buttons in, like lighting up. The controller, the way the controller vibrates, so good. Gustavo's music is amazing as well. I love that this little light passing over as if she's now in space. The light of the moon shining through. Actually, it's the light of the sun that's reflected off the moon, but yes. So good. And it fades away, like all good things in life. This smile, right there.
Kidding me?
Oh,
You're welcome, kiddo.
so happy.
What do you say we keep looking around, huh?
Yeah, I guess.
I was thinking the same thing, Matt. I would totally love to try this scene with the dual sense as well. I wonder how the dual sense, because even on, I mean, just the dual shock on PS4, it feels amazing. Like they did such a good job with the rumbling.
Hey. Welcome to Earth.
Man, this part's so good. So good. She keeps that pin on the whole time, right? Keeps it on. She's got her gun on her. See, once again, just look at that door. Holy, I mean, like, so detailed. I know it's just a capsule door, but for me, I was like amazed. Absolutely amazed. Time to get out of here. So here's my first time going through this. You know, like you obviously have all the very strong emotions with this happy birthday celebration and connection of these two that, you know, you never really got this kind of moments in the first game, right? For this reason alone, the second game, you get this kind of sweet moment where they can just be. It's so good. But
More museum stuff over there.
yep, there is more museum over there.
Checked out that building.
Joel never checked out that building.
Go.
And just how do you plan on getting yourself up?
So this is a threshold, so to speak. Right? We have this huge river we have to cross. And in my subsequent playthroughs, like the second time through, for me, this kind of felt like childhood innocence here on the right. And we're about to leave all that and go forward. That's really what I think of this point here. Leap of faith, crossing the threshold, whatever you want to call it. It's really for me going on. From the best of time to the worst of times, yep. We still had one more note that needed to be rectified. Confrontation, right? They've already foreshadowed the Fireflies.
Get down here.
My birthday, my rules.
Hey, whose birthday is it?
You can't keep doing that.
I want a good splash. We've got more exploring to do.
Geronimo!
Yeah, I know it's a level gate, Darius. Yeah, I mean, Evan talked about it. It is a level gate, but that doesn't mean it doesn't have some significance to it.
Joel, look. Want to give me a ride?
Those days are long gone, kiddo.
Those days are long gone, kiddo. They're long gone. Courage of the bear. Dab on his way down. It is. The palette combo is great. But for me, it just supported once again that it was kind of like, you know, it's like it's space and dinosaurs. Really fun stuff. And now we're going to get in here to the Natural History Museum. It's a Natural History Center. It's kind of a museum, but I guess you can call it a center.
Hey, who's being there?
I haven't seen that one, Jack.
Door for you.
The water disappears.
Come on, find out now.
Oh, cool. Cool, Swaggler. Yeah. You guys remember this from the first game? So many of these. They got down packed now. give Joel a round of applause. That'd be cool. She's on her own. Like a kid leaving the house.
Hey, bad news. There's shit blocking the door.
Well, see if you can find me another way in. I'll walk around the outside.
Okay, be safe.
You be safe.
There are dinosaurs around.
Going out on her own. Right? It doesn't take long. Let's see what we got. Is that a coyote? Wolf? Butterfly, bear, spider. Some antelope looking thing. What's up? What's up, Swell Bro? How's it going, man? Hello, hello. Now this right here is beautiful, beautiful foreshadowing.
Stay strong, buddy.
Staying strong, buddy. The moose being taken down by the pack of wolves, with one of them taking out its right leg. Right? I know. Right? It was so good. Do you think Ellie will ever go back to museum? I call this the Museum of the Disillusioned Firefly. And this is another reason why I think this level is so beautiful, because you have this, like, once again, like this really high or whatever, this nostalgia, this feeling of youth and innocence, and now it's being contrasted with someone who felt that, who felt youth and idealism, and it didn't pan out for them, to say the least. Go Bighorns. Nod to the first game.
This guy needed a hug.
He did indeed. I really like the way they did this. I really like the way they did the spray paint, how things are slowly unveiled. By the way, if you're feeling like you're next on the extinction list, don't worry, they got you covered. Stop by the cafe today. I'm drinking coffee right now. I agree, Mr. Tennis. I agree completely. Beautiful lighting, beautiful foreshadowing. And going from the warm brightness of the museum, the space, and dinosaurs, the science, to this, it's like so dark. And like the shadows, like the shadow work with the flashlight or torch, as some may call it. It's really well done.
It's dark in here.
Yep. The four shoulders at the gate, the last one cried. It's like really unnerving to see like these thoughts spray painted, right? They did a great job with that. They also, Fire Girl, they put intentional like fake drops to put you on edge. The woman we tortured choked on her own blood. It's like, what? Where did I go? Right? You see that, you're like, oh crap, I need to like craft a molly or something, right? Puts you on edge. Beautiful design. Really, really smart design to do that. Yes, the fake pickups got you so good. I agree. Me too. I think they got pretty much everyone. If I have any criticisms, like people that's like, oh, like you're just like a shill, you don't criticize. No, I definitely have criticism of the games. For me, one of them is the aiming. It feels a little loose. Now, once again, I'm someone who plays factions, you know, constantly. And for me, the aiming in that is so good, so rewarding. That this aiming feels a little off. It feels a little off. Just a little bit loose. The stragglers who snuck into camp, they just wanted food. Stragglers. Factions reference. Kind of like it. Come at me. I know. You see that? Reacts to the bullet. The kid who ran into the blast. I couldn't stop him. That one really got me. I'm like, oh my god, what is going on? So disturbing. That's right, Tofu. I think everyone thought there was one. What's up, Jordan? Yeah, this flashback and the writing that went into this flashback is really well done. The people in the van. We locked them in and dosed it with gas. Petrol. Whew. That's dark. Trash pandas. Scavengers. Darn, I still can't craft anything. Wonder why not. Stragula. The aiming was tough. Yeah, I agree. Mr. Tennis, it's like the aiming was just like a little bit off. These sounds, they get you. I remember thinking like, man, I need to craft a molly. I need to craft. And the note. We wanted to end suffering. We wanted to restore humanity. Each time we sacrificed part of ourselves, or that I kept saying, it'll be worth it. Now we've disbanded, nothing to show for our sins. My thought coming here might reignite something, some purpose. My parents love bringing me here. It's one of my earliest memories from back before the outbreak, before all the cruelty and savagery. Those memories just made me angrier. I don't want to be in this world anymore. I can't look at the person I've become. So well done. The disillusioned firefly. Loss of innocence, right? Want to come back to this fun place where they were a kid, like we just experienced with Ellie on the opposite side. What's up, Nader? I really believe people got too caught up with the idea of how bad Abby is, which is granted after killing Joel, we're all mad. I agree. Always reload. There is no light. So once again, getting to the final note. And it ends, the chapter ends with this confrontation. Jump scare. I got jump scared by those. I really did. You're like, oh, it's just a fake bear. Like, okay, I'm fine now. And then the jump scare. Really well done. And I like how this scene works on multiple levels. Remember, it took them 3 days to get here. Just remember that. Observe Joel.
I'm in here.
Yes, it's true, Mr. Tennis, the mouse on the wall.
It's just some animal.
Well, let's get a move on. I want to get a fire going before it gets too dark.
Too dark. Joel, it's like midday, man. Look how light it is. Liars. The disillusioned Firefly says liars. But the liars are also Ellie and Joel, right? They're kind of living a lie right now a little bit. And in Joel's own words.
Yeah, you keep telling yourself that bullshit.
Right. Right. So what are your guys' thoughts about this this level? It does. Yeah, but it's not just Joel the liar. Ellie is too. She's hiding the fact. Teresa, the boar was originally in the farm chapter. The farm chapter when like she kills the rabbit. Originally, you're supposed to go hunting and kill the boar there. And the person who created the boar did such a good job, and they're like, man, we should. Because originally that was supposed to be a deer. It was supposed to be a deer that ran out of there and scared Ellie. But the person did such a good job on the boar, like, we should put the boar in the museum. That's what they did. Yeah. That's exactly what they did. So thoughts on this level? Thoughts on this beautiful, wonderful level? Right on point. What do you guys think? What did you like? What did you not like? I kind of want to keep it focused just on this level right now. I know it's kind of hard. I personally thought it was a beautiful break from all the heaviness. And I know a lot of people said like they wish that they could have more of this. The boar is in the journal. It is. Cool jump scare then. I know, right? It's such a jump scare. At first, like, it's like, oh, it's just wolves. Okay. Like, oh, everything's fake in here. And then, boom. Boar. I was not expecting a boar. I thought it might be, you know, an animal or an infected or something. But I did not think it was going to be a boar. Makes you think of the first game. It could have been a bit longer. Perhaps. I mean, I think it was the right level because you have to remember it's one level in this very long game, you know, 30-hour game. And it can be as long or as short as you really want it to be. That is such a good point, Mr. Tennis. I agree, Sid. Yeah, Mr. Tennis, I totally agree. It's like it shows that like he did love Ellie very, very much. But there was issues with the relationship, you know, and that definitely gets brought up. They say the game's about hate. Yeah, and hate and love are basically kind of the same thing, just taken to different levels, right? They're kind of like tied. Love and hate. You kind of have to have like one kind of defines the other, right? In a bit, right? Kind of like shades. Ellie tries to guess the present. There's so much extra dialogue. That is fun that she's trying to guess at the beginning. The length is good, says Jack. Wish they included more flashback. Yeah, you know what? That's what so many people say. I wish we had more time with Joel. I wish we had more time with Joel. I wish we had more levels with Joel. That's Ellie. She wished she had more time with Joel before he died, right? That's, I think, really well done. I really, really do. For me personally, I think it works. I really think it does. And yes, in the linearly speaking, like from the start of the game, like it's not very long into the game that Joel dies, but there's so many flashbacks and moments with him. I think people forget how many of them kind of like add up over time, right? It would have been interesting if Ellie brought up a memory of her and Marlene during the museum tour to see if Joel's reaction would be. I agree, Walter. I wish she would have brought up more of her past with Marlene, with Boston, with Riley, all of that. Right? because that's the thing in obviously I touched on that in one of my videos, the why does Joel save Abby, which really it's a video about Joel, and kind of how Joel is like the father figure to Ellie, and Marlene is the mother figure, and they're at odds, right? They kind of discredit each other. They have different views, very different views. Joel's all about just kind of like selfishly wants to keep it for himself. She makes him forget the pain and stuff. Although you can see that he's healing, right? In this chapter, you can see that he is healing. He's freely talking about Sarah. He's not like breaking down, just thinking about it. So he's obviously making. No, Jack. Ellie does not know that Joel killed Marlene. I mentioned it in a live stream I did discussing one of my video essays, that Ellie has no idea that Joel killed Marlene, her like kind of like pseudo mother figure. I know. What would happen if he said, because that was the thing in the one scene at St. Mary's, he stopped short. He says, I did what I had to do. I saved you, basically. But he doesn't say, oh yeah, I killed a bunch of the fathers and I killed Marlene. Marlene was there. She has no idea Marlene was even there. Ellie doesn't know. Everyone forgets that Ellie has zero memory of what happens in St. Mary's. She has no idea. Like, she doesn't know that Joel saved her even, right? She knows that like she was there and then he took her away. That's why she's so upset. He hid it all. Is Naughty Dog going to announce something at the Game Awards? Abby trailer, maybe Abby DLC? I don't think it'll be Abby DLC. I mean, I really hope it'll be Factions, to be completely honest. Speaking of which, does anyone want to see some Factions? I could do some Factions. I'll probably end the stream and start a new one with Factions, if you guys are down for that. Let me know in the chat if you want to see Factions. Otherwise, I think I'll probably just end it here. I think this is a good length. For anyone who hadn't seen this live, I think it's good for them to kind of, if they wanted to go through and see some of these little details. Once again, 2 years. The people who worked on this spent 2 solid years working on this level. That's a commitment, and I definitely honor that. Will she ever find out the whole truth? Maybe from Tommy. Maybe. I know Tommy said he'd take it to his grave. He's stubbornly honest like that, right? He really is. Yay, Factions. The Factions aficionados. Yeah, I'm going to definitely start a new stream. It'll probably be like 5 minutes because I kind of like keeping these separate, and I like this. This will stay up. So once again, thank you so much, everyone, for joining me today. Huge shout out to Scratchy and Firegirl for the amazing donations. Thank you guys so much. You guys are so kind. Thank you to Casemiro for becoming a strategist. That is very, very thoughtful of you. And thank you for everyone who is a member already. It's $2 a month, but I really, really appreciate the support. And I hope to do more of this in the future. And hopefully you enjoyed this video. This is a different kind of like live stream. I understand that. Yeah, El Coxie, we're going to start a faction stream here in just a moment. It's going to be 5 minutes and it'll pop up. So I hope you guys can all join me over there. So yeah, with that having been said, I'm going to end this one and I will see you guys in the faction stream. Have a wonderful, wonderful rest of your day, and I will catch you guys soon. Cheers. You're welcome, Dennis.